Welcome to Uncommon Facts, your ultimate channel for exploring everything extraordinary. Are you ready to uncover truths and debunk myths across all realms of knowledge? From history's hidden stories to tomorrow's technology, from Earth's deep mysteries to cosmic enigmas, we dive deep into it all. Every week, we bring you facts that are as fascinating as they are rare. Dive into stories that will astonish, educate, and inspire. So make sure to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets of the unusual and the unknown. Here, every fact is a journey, and every story is an adventure. Join us every week as we bring you surprising revelations and strange facts that will challenge your understanding of the world around you. So hit that subscribe button, and let's start unraveling the mysteries of the universe together. Remember, every discovery tells a story, and every fact opens a door. Stay curious and prepare to be amazed. This is Uncommon Facts, where the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. Hello, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we will be discussing some of the most significant foods that changed history, examining their impact on civilizations, economies, and even political revolutions. Throughout history, food has played an integral role in shaping the course of human development. From fostering the rise of empires to fueling revolutions, certain foods have influenced historical events, economic systems, and cultural exchanges. Whether through trade, agriculture, or scarcity, food has often been at the heart of societal transformations. 1. Wheat, the foundation of civilization. One of the most important foods in human history is wheat, the foundation of early agricultural societies. It was the domestication of wheat in the Fertile Crescent, modern-day Iraq, Syria, and Turkey, around 10,000 years ago, that allowed humans to transition from a nomadic lifestyle to settle agricultural communities. Wheat became a staple crop that sustained entire civilizations. The rise of agrarian societies. The ability to cultivate wheat on a large scale led to the development of permanent settlements, which eventually grew into cities and empires. The surplus food provided by wheat cultivation allowed populations to grow, giving rise to complex societies, specialized labor, and technological advancements. The establishment of the first cities in Mesopotamia, such as Uruk and Babylon, can be traced directly to the agricultural revolution, with wheat as a critical component. Wheat and empires. Wheat also played a crucial role in sustaining ancient empires like Rome and Egypt. In Egypt, wheat cultivation along the Nile River was central to the economy, and bread was considered the staple food of both the elite and commoners. The Roman Empire, too, depended on wheat imports from its provinces, particularly from Egypt, to feed its vast population. 2. Potatoes, the crop that fueled European growth. The humble potato, native to the Andean region of South America, was introduced to Europe in the 16th century by Spanish explorers. Initially met with suspicion, the potato would eventually become one of the most important crops in Europe, reshaping its agricultural practices and fueling population growth. The Potato Revolution. The introduction of the potato to Europe transformed the continent's agricultural landscape. Unlike wheat or other grains, potatoes could grow in poor soil and required less labor to cultivate. Moreover, they provided more calories per acre than most other crops. As a result, the potato helped sustain growing populations, particularly in areas like Ireland, Germany, and Russia, where the crop became a dietary staple. Economic and political impact. The widespread adoption of the potato had profound economic and political consequences. In Ireland, the potato became so central to the diet that its failure due to disease in the mid-19th century led to the Great Irish Famine, which caused mass starvation, emigration, and social upheaval. In mainland Europe, the potato was credited with helping to support population growth, which contributed to the labor forces needed for the Industrial Revolution. By providing a reliable food source, the potato allowed European economies to focus more on industrial development and less on subsistence farming. 3. Sugar, the sweet commodity that shaped empires. Few foods have had as deep and dark a historical impact as sugar. While sugarcane originated in Southeast Asia, it was the European demand for sugar during the colonial period that drove the establishment of vast plantations in the Caribbean and the Americas. Sugar became one of the most valuable commodities in the global economy, but its production came at a steep human cost. The sugar trade and the rise of slavery. By the 17th century, sugar plantations in the Caribbean were supplying Europe with enormous quantities of sugar, which was in high demand for sweetening foods and beverages, like tea and coffee. However, sugar production was labor-intensive, and European colonizers turned to African slaves to meet the labor demands of their plantations. The transatlantic slave trade was thus inextricably linked to sugar production, with millions of Africans forcibly transported to work on plantations. The profits from sugar production fueled the wealth of European powers like Britain, France, and Spain, enabling them to expand their empires. The global impact of sugar. The sugar trade not only reshaped economies, but also transformed global diets. Sugar went from being a luxury good to a staple in European and American diets, contributing to the development of new industries, such as confectionery and soft drinks. However, the legacy of sugar production also left deep scars in the Caribbean and Latin America, where the social and economic effects of colonialism and slavery are still felt today. 4. Salt, the ancient commodity that built roads and empires. Salt, a seemingly ordinary mineral, has played an extraordinary role in human history. Used for preserving food and enhancing flavor, salt was once one of the most valuable commodities in the world. It influenced the rise and fall of empires, built trade routes, and even sparked wars. Salt and ancient economies. In ancient times, salt was so valuable that it was often referred to as white gold. It played a crucial role in the economies of civilizations such as the Egyptians, Romans, and Chinese. Salt was essential for preserving food before refrigeration, and it allowed people to store food for long periods, which in turn supported larger populations and the expansion of empires. The Roman Empire, for instance, heavily relied on salt for preserving its food supplies, especially for its armies. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, a practice that gave rise to the word salary. Salt and political power. Salt also had significant political and strategic importance. In medieval times, controlling salt production and trade was a key to power. In China, the imperial government maintained a monopoly on salt production, and salt taxes provided a significant portion of the state's revenue. Salt taxes were also a source of discontent in Europe, contributing to social unrest and, in some cases, revolutions. 5. Spices, the trade that changed the world. Spices, particularly from Asia, played a pivotal role in global history, influencing trade, exploration, and conquest. The desire for spices, such as black pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg drove European powers to explore and colonize far-flung regions of the world. The spice trade and exploration. During the Middle Ages, spices were incredibly valuable in Europe, used not only to flavor food, but also for medicinal purposes and food preservation. The demand for spices led to the establishment of trade routes between Europe and Asia, with merchants traveling along the Silk Road and other trade networks. Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama's successful voyage to India in 1498 opened the sea route to Asia and marked the beginning of European dominance in the spice trade. Spain, the Netherlands, and Britain soon followed, establishing colonies in regions like the Maluku Islands, the Spice Islands, Sri Lanka, and India. Spices and colonialism. The European quest for spices had a profound impact on world history. It led to the establishment of European colonies in Asia, Africa, and the Americas, transforming global trade networks and leading to the exploitation of native populations and resources. The spice trade was a major factor in the rise of the Dutch and British empires, and control over spice-producing regions became a central focus of European geopolitical struggles. 6. Coffee, the drink that fueled revolutions. Coffee, a beverage that originated in the Arab world, became a cultural and economic force in Europe and the Americas during the early modern period. Its stimulating effects and association with intellectual exchange made coffee houses centers of political and social discourse, particularly during times of revolution. The coffee house as a hub of enlightenment. In the 17th and 18th centuries, coffee houses sprang up across Europe, particularly in cities like London, Paris, and Vienna. These coffee houses became meeting places for intellectuals, artists, and politicians to discuss ideas, debate politics, and exchange news. In many ways, coffee houses were the incubators of revolutionary thought. In England, they were sometimes referred to as penny universities, because, for the price of a cup of coffee, patrons could engage in lively discussions on philosophy, science, and politics. Coffee and colonial economies. The global demand for coffee led to its cultivation on a large scale in European colonies, particularly in Latin America, the Caribbean, and Africa. Coffee plantations, like sugar plantations, often relied on slave labor or exploited indigenous workers. The coffee trade became a major economic driver for colonial powers, shaping the economies and social structures of countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Haiti. So this is our today's video. If you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Uncommon Facts, a channel that is entertaining as well as informative, or hit the bell icon. We will meet again with another interesting topic. Till then, stay safe and stay happy.